Hello everyone, my name is Paragammer, and today I continue my Fallout 3 playthrough. Last episode, I escaped from Vault 101 and arrived here, to Megaton, where I disarmed the nuclear bomb in the middle and shattered Mr. Burke's teeth with my childhood's baseball bat. Today's objective is to do the Wasteland Survival Guide, as I can get a very important boost to crit chance and some other nice rewards. Now, I love Moira as much as anyone else, but if I'm honest, she talks too much and doesn't have many important things to say. So, I'll skip most of her dialogue and only show the rewards that interest me.
Well, it's a dangerous place out there in the wastes, right? People could really use a compilation of good advice, like a Wasteland Survival Guide. For that, I need an assistant to test my theories. I wouldn't want anyone to get hurt because of a mistake. Nobody's ever happy when that happens. No, then they just yell a lot at me with mean words.
First off, I must irradiate myself to 600 rads or more, done easily enough by just drinking the water around the bomb. Needless to say, I will be doing all of the side objectives of the quest, so I can get the good perk. Ma and Pa raised no mediocrity after all. Also, funnily enough, I need to be snide with Moira, so I can get the crit chance buff. At least she's a good sport about it, even though some of the things my guys say are sometimes borderline cruel.
Oh, that's the good news. But there was a little side effect. A teeny tiny mutation. But it seems to be benign, at least. Here, take a few radiation chems as my little way of saying, I'm sorry I twisted your DNA like a kitten with a ball of yarn.
Here's the first perk I wanted. Rad regeneration may seem counterintuitive for some, but the ability to save on stim packs by just drinking a lot of water is excellent. Next step is to go to the nearest super duper mart and retrieve some food and medicine. Although I first make a quick stop to beat up the raiders at the Springvale school. Unlike the bandits found in the Elder Scrolls games, Fallout's raiders are more cowardish, especially in 3 in New Vegas, where they'll flee if you hit them hard enough. My armor was weighing me a lot for some reason, so I had to go nude to catch this one. Thankfully, the ones inside the school were more brave, and I didn't have to chase them in my boxers again. Funnily enough, this guard dog was the toughest enemy I had fought thus far. It's not over yet, however. As if I go straight to the basement, I can go fight some ants. I can eat their meat and get more health. Of course, the reason I would come here would be for the early assault rifle, but since I'm not going to use small guns, I can only grab the Chinese operations manual to increase my sneak. There are hundreds of these books across the capital wasteland. I'll make sure to read all of them. Now, I walk to the Super Duper Mart both for Moira's task, and because there's a guaranteed laser pistol there. But on my way, I found an Enclave soldier. Never seen one this early in the game. Despite the Enclave being my second favorite faction in all of Fallout, they are evil and must be vanquished for it. Plus, his laser rifle is looking damn fine and I want it. And as you saw by that poor dog that got its head blown off, a random scavenger also wanted to kill me. Unlike the Enclave soldier, however. He tried to flee, but was eventually beat up with my bat. The game gave me evil karma for this, but he attacked first. The madness didn't stop there as I got attacked by Talon Company. There's someone out there who wants to kill me for doing good, which doesn't make sense, but you never know what psychopath leads them. But regardless, I managed to beat them all up and get a better suit of armor. After a quick trip back to Megaton to drop off my Enclave power armor, I finally found my laser pistol and used some I bought from Moira and one I found in the scavenger to repair it. Its damage is average, but I believe no weapon is bad. You just gotta use it right. So let's give it a try on the raiders inhabiting the supermarket.
It's killing time! Kick it!
As you can see, crits are basically essential. So much damage. Imagine the possibilities once I get a good energy weapon. Anyway, I had enough science skill to unlock the pharmacy terminal and free the Protectra. I'll need 50 science for the last part of this quest, as unlike the Elder Scrolls, Fallout characters actually need a certain amount of points to lockpick or hack things. Once the Protectron comes back from his nap, the raiders immediately respawn, but I was able to vaporize them just like their former friends. I wasn't happy with my current firepower, so I used some of the bottle cap mines I found at the supermarket and blow up one of the super mutants that fight the nearby raiders. Now, once I blew up the last of the raiders, I leveled up to level 5. The footage may show that I put points into melee weapons, but I reloaded and put all of my points into science. I did get the educated perk, so I can get more skill points. And here's my reward: a minigun. It's definitely not an energy weapon, and one of the less stellar heavy weapons. But how could I say no to a minigun as the heavy weapon specialist? Next step is to go to the nearby ruins of Minefield and retrieve a mine from Moira. This is an excellent opportunity, as I can use mines to blow up tougher foes. But the problem are not the mines. The problem is the former slave Arkansas who likes to shoot us with a sniper rifle. On my first attempt, I somehow survived with a single hit point of health. But I was foolish enough to try to flex my new minigun and died for it. Next round, I just took a good chunk of his health with a grenade and then flexed my minigun on him. It somehow worked despite my lack of self-preservation. Next step is the mole rat repellent stick, so I needed to go find 7 mole rats to beat up with a stick covered in Psycho and Jet. But on my way I heard sobbing and found super mutants keeping a woman hostage, so I beat them all up with my bat. I even got a better weapon in the form of the sledgehammer.
Oh my God! I thought I was dead! You saved me! They dropped this stuff. Why don't you take it? It's all I have. You'd know best, wouldn't you?
I never take the things off the captive
go.
wastelanders I rescue,
Again.
as it feels wrong.
Thank you.
Plus, if I recall correctly, they give you a random item, including food. What am I going to do with a box of mac and cheese? Of course, the repellent stick is excellent for dispatching mole rats, as it kills them in 3 hits. Better than the sledgehammer. But on other targets, it's terrible. Speaking of which, I can find the unique raider rock salt if I venture a bit more into the tepid sewers. She has a combat shotgun which I would love to take. But for this time, I just blow her up because she deserves it.
Holy shit!
I eventually wipe out most of the raiders and mole rats in the area and level up. I make sure to get 50 on science, and the rest of points I dump into melee weapons. Because I'm going to be running into most of my enemies until I can get a great supply of energy cells, I get the toughness perk to take more punishment. I took the wrong exit out of the tepid sewers and ended up being ambushed by both Talon Company and super mutants. Thankfully, I was resilient enough to kill all of them. As you can see, I can take the liberty to show you some extra carnage, as the next two steps aren't that difficult. For example, now I need to cripple myself and lose 50% of my health. Oh, whoops. There we go. Exactly 50% and a broken leg. I also took the liberty to kill another evil person, and one I personally hate. Say hello to Burke for me, Moriarty. Anyway, the final step of part 2 is to go to the Anchorage Memorial and plant a camera inside one of the local Mirelurk egg pods. Normally a great battle would ensue, but Moira specifically asked me to not kill any of them. So I simply place the camera and leave. Now, I do like the reward from this task, as Moira gifts me the shady hat. It is my favorite hat simply because I love the pre-war hat so much. Plus, the extra sneak and perception could be useful. Now, the next part will be more extensive, and I'll also do 2 quests that are near the places I need to go. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, take care.